guys, welcome back to Making Frugal Fun. I'm Shannon and I share our family's debt-free journey to pay off over $500,000 of debt and all the frugal things we do to get there faster. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just feeling like really unmotivated lately. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm watching too much news and like reading too much stuff or something, but just like inflation and the housing market and like, you know, all the tragedies that are happening in the news and everything, like, oh, I'm just not feeling it lately. And like our debt-free journey has totally plateaued. So like in the last 2 months, we haven't paid off any extra debt and we've just been working on paying off our tax debt, and we honestly haven't paid off that much of it either. So we're working on that, but it just feels like we're spending more and like not making enough. Like, I don't know, just, are you with me on this? If you are, leave a comment below so we can just like support each other. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just super frustrated with our debt-free journey right now. And I know that whenever I'm feeling frustrated, it's usually because I'm not coming from a place of gratitude and I'm like comparing myself to other people and like thinking about, you know, buying a house and like just not being in the present moment. And so I know I just need to like read my Bible more, pray about it, and just like journal and, you know, really think about coming from a place of gratitude, because we are so blessed. Like, even if we don't make huge debt payments every month, we're not going further into debt. So that's always a plus. You know, we know how to budget, we're sticking to our budget, and so that in itself is really important. And so I just need like, I don't know, I need a pep talk or something. We just definitely had like a couple really slow months in both of our businesses, which it happens, and I'm sure that we'll be able to hit the second half of the year a little bit harder and hopefully finish off these student loans and the rest of our tax bill and be free. It's crazy, like went so fast in the beginning. Well, it kind of like started slow, then went really fast in the middle, and now it's like slowing right here at the end. So I think that's what's frustrating me more than anything. If you feel me on this, you know, you're not alone. It is June 1st, crazy. And so going into summer can be a hard time to not spend money, especially if you stay home with the kids. I'm working at home with the kids this summer, and by working at home, of course, on my blog, that means I'm probably not going to get that much done with the kids home, to be honest. But I am excited. I'm going to be sharing like the things that we're doing at home. So what I decided to do was like make a theme every week. So this week is Dinosaur Week, and so I'm kind of using that to guide me in my meal planning, like for snack ideas and things like that, as well as activity planning. And we're just doing like some fun, cheap or free activities, and also hitting up the library like a ton and getting books that go along with our theme and doing a lot of reading. I wanted to share this book with you guys that I read. It's called Digital Detox. So we've always been really good about, or felt like we were doing really good with screen time and electronics. Like, we wouldn't let our kids play video games during the week, like only on the weekend and that kind of stuff. But I still was feeling like it was too much. Like, I don't know, I just always had like an internal struggle about screen time. And then I saw this girl, Molly DeFrank, on TikTok, and she was talking about her book, Digital Detox. So it's really interesting. Like, the first part of the book is a lot of the research about, you know, how too much screen time is bad for your kids and all that stuff. So it was just really interesting, and also talked about how our kids like don't know how to be bored. And so I just felt like I was afraid that this summer we were going to be sitting around on electronics all day long. And like even TV, it just felt like it was too much TV in our house. Like, we weren't reading enough and that kind of stuff. So she talks about a 2-week detox. So you just go cold turkey, no electronics, no TV, nothing for 2 weeks. It sounds crazy, but it was not hard. It was actually amazing. So my kids are 4, 6, and 8, and they love their video games. They love their getting on my phone and like playing with my phone and stuff like that. And of course, watching TV like before bed and stuff like that. So I was amazed. It only took like a day, and they already weren't asking me for my phone. They weren't asking for electronics or TV or anything. And they were starting to actually go out and find more creative things to do in our house, like on their own. And yes, they did complain here and there that they were bored, but by the end of the 2 weeks, she goes on to create like a sustainable plan, like to reintroduce some electronics that like are helpful to your family and things like that. And I was like, I think we're done. Like, I don't think we're bringing video games back. So I don't plan on bringing video games back unless it's like a Mario Kart tournament with the kids, or like we like to play Mario Party as a family sometimes. But as far as like my kids just playing around on video games and the phone and stuff like that, I don't think that's happening anymore. Kind of gone down to like a once a week movie night instead of like watching a movie or TV every night before bed. And we've been reading a ton more. So anyways, I'll let you decide for yourself, but this is really helpful going into summer because I was really nervous about too much screen time. So if you worry about that too, I highly recommend this book, and I will link it below. So back to June budgeting. A lot of stuff coming up in the summer, of course, and before I jump into some of the things that you don't want to forget in your budget, I want to talk a little bit about ways to find cheap or free family activities in your community. So we love our public libraries. So there's several different public libraries in the area, and all of them have a schedule usually for the whole month. Our library has everything from like a designated toddler reading time to actual family events like bingo night. They screen movies with popcorn. They even have like a magic show and like a science lab thing. They have crafts that you can do. There is something at least once a week, if not 2 to 3 times a week. So I highly recommend checking out your local library and getting a library card, and also just reading more, like checking out a ton of books. I don't know, we can check out like up to 50 books or something a week. It's crazy. But diving into your local library, seeing what kind of free community events they have, that has been such a huge resource on our debt-free journey. I went and made a list of all the events at like all of the surrounding libraries, and it's really cool because there's like almost something every day that you could do if you're just like, I gotta get out of the house. Another way to find free community events for the summer is to go to your city website or even the surrounding cities. Most city websites will have like a city event calendar that you can look at, and that's a great way to find out, like, I'm sure most communities have like a free 4th of July program, and our community actually has every Thursday night they screen a movie and have like a band, and it's like, you know, everyone gets their picnic blankets and goes out there, and it's a really cool community event that is free. And there's a lot of things like that around here. So make sure to check out your city website for some free summer fun ideas. Another place to find free summer events is actually on Facebook. So if you go to Facebook and click the events tab and then go to local events, you can find events that people put up, and a lot of times they're free. Like, I found out that the art museum that's near us does like a free jazz concert thing, and another one of those like picnic blanket kind of events. But yeah, you can find tons of different free events in your local area just by surfing Facebook. And sometimes you'll see your friends will click interested, and then it'll come up on your feed. And so if you click on that event, sometimes it'll suggest similar events as well. And so that's a great way to find out about free events in your community. Let me know if you have any ideas on how to find cheap or free summer activities for your kids. Go ahead and put them in the comments below. I would love to have more ideas on how to find free events. So the June budget is going to include Father's Day. So if you haven't got your Father's Day gift yet, make sure that you include that in the budget. And if you plan to cook at home or go out to eat, make sure that goes in your budget as well. We're still, you know, in wedding season and summer vacation mode, and so make sure that you are budgeting for those things. Summer camps and activity fees, this has really been getting us in our budget. So luckily we don't have to pay for preschool in the summer, so that's nice. We kind of use those funds to fund summer camps. Our kids do a lot of like the local high school camps for sports and things like that, and a couple theater camps and different things like that. So I've noticed that Vacation Bible School, there's tons. There's one like every week around here, and they are usually free or very cheap, like $10 for, so that you get a t-shirt and stuff like that. So that is a really great way to get your kids busy in the summer and also learn about Jesus, which is awesome. So if you're looking for affordable things for your kids to do, that is a great idea to check with your local churches. Make sure you include in your budget for an increase in your utility bills, like your air conditioning and water bill, and also don't forget to budget for sunscreen and bug spray and extra snacks in your grocery budget, because kids are eating so much more this summer, and we've already gone through like a whole thing of sunscreen and like so much bug spray. Like, it's just crazy how much of that you go through, and it's just June 1st. So make sure you're including that, whether you want to make a separate line item for like summer gear and things like that, or you want to just include it in your grocery budget, just make sure it's there. And then lawn care and gardening. So if you garden, or if you need to hire someone to take care of your lawn and mow for you, things like that. I'm sure there's tons of teens out there that are ready to make money this summer mowing lawns, and you want to make sure that you include that in your budget so that you don't forget it and bust your budget. Coming up soon is the 4th of July, so if you want to make plans for that, make sure that you start thinking about it or including it in your budget. Like I was saying before, most communities have like a free 4th of July extravaganza or something like that. So definitely check Facebook, check your local community Facebook page for events like that. And I know we don't want to talk about it because school just got out, but back to school shopping will come up before you know it. So if that's something you want to start setting money aside for, it would be a great time to do it. And of course, if you have kids that are growing out of their clothes like crazy, you might want to set aside a budget to buy new shorts and t-shirts. And I really like to go strong on Christmas savings at this point in the year, because people start the year off really strong, budgeting, goal-oriented, and then as they get towards the end of the year and Christmas comes around and people just get stressed and overwhelmed, and they put Christmas on a credit card or whatever. And then that snowballs into the next year, and then you're starting off the year with debt, and it's just like a never-ending cycle. So 6 months away, it's a great time to start saving for Christmas, because you can put just like a little bit aside each month and have a nice little Christmas fund by the time December 25th rolls around. So make sure you follow along this summer, because I'm gonna share some videos of what we're doing each week that is frugal or free around the house. So I also wanted to share, like, one of our favorite screen-free things we've been doing is I grabbed just like a ton of these $1.25, they're $1.25 now at Dollar Tree workbooks, and they have them for like all ages. Like, this one's for my 4-year-old, number tracing and practicing printing your name and those kinds of things. And my daughter, who's 6, loves these. Like, she'll sit down and do a whole book in like a minute. So I'm glad they're only $1, because yeah, they really go through them. But they have tons of different ones. They also have some cool like how to draw books for older kids that my older son, who's 8, really likes. And Dollar Tree is a great place to stock up on craft supplies and just get like a bunch of markers and crayons and like all kinds of stuff. You do have to be careful sometimes though, because now that stuff's $1.25, sometimes you can get it cheaper at Walmart. It just kind of depends. Like, I found that out with the floaties. So for $1.25, you can get these like little rinky-dink floaties at Dollar Tree that busted within the first hour of using them. Or you can get like huge durable ones for only $1.98, which, you know, it's just a little bit more, but these are lasting much longer. So make sure you stay tuned as I share all the things we're doing this summer to stay frugal and stay on budget. And I continue to try to stay motivated and also be sharing our debt-free journey, because I know it's going to turn around soon. Sometimes you just go through slumps, and we've seen it. You know, this is 3 years going on our debt-free journey, and not every month has been amazing, and some months have been almost unbelievable. So, you know, you just have to keep going, and it's so hard, but just gotta stay motivated. I hope this really helped you with your June budget. Don't forget that you can pick up my free Budget Buster printables that have a whole year of budget buster ideas that you want to make sure you include in your budget. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
And it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide.